Hey Claude. So thank you so much for the conversation about Jonas Mekas. What an inspiring person. And like I told you before already, like I was able to take so much, just the way how he worked with the recording his life without any kind of afterthought or agenda. It's just really inspiring to me because, like I said, I resonate with it because I unconsciously did the same for so many times, like with my trampoline videos in the past, where I just captured my progression in the sport and also my friends, just captured life moments basically unintentionally. And to see that Jonas Mekas just kind of did like a hardcore version of that, of just capturing like his whole life, and then only in hindsight making those videos, is really they're just really inspiring. Like apparently there is a way for filming and making a movie from that footage. Apparently there is a healthy gap and a possible gap where you can capture life without an agenda, that I resonate with so much. Because like I said, like I with my recent video project with Hardest Arena, I just lean back into my archive almost every time. Like I have an idea for a video now, I have like the story that I would like to tell, and then the natural next step for me is to go into archive and like look for fitting footage there. So I totally see how it can make sense to just capture life, like now from the present perspective, to capture life with that same sort of intention, to not use the footage. What did he say? What was the quote again? Like he said something like, footage needs to sit long enough so that it turns into a memory and then it can be used, or something like that. So I resonate with that, just capturing life as it happens without an afterthought of how I can use that. Yeah, I wanted to, like, I have one question though. I tried to record my thoughts like on camera, and actually, just kidding. So I think there is like kind of this other project that he did where he, in like 2007, the 365-day project, where he actually did sit down and like kind of share his thoughts or whatever, like made a little video every single day. And it like watching it still feels as if he carries that same sort of non-agenda energy, because some of those videos are like so random and like without any story, and some of them he says something and some of them have music and some of them don't. So it's just like kind of like, it looks as if that's just how he felt each day, and how he felt each day and what he could share each day informed the video, not the other way around. Like there was no format whatsoever. And I'm just wondering, like, is there anything that I can look out for? Because I feel like maybe it's my generation, maybe it's just me, maybe it's like the bubble that I live in, but for some reason, as soon as when I just record my life, it's fine. Like when I just record me and Maria going through the woods, enjoying our day, it's totally fine. I don't care like about using it, and I can just capture and not capture, and like it feels like free. But as soon as I point myself to the camera and start talking, no matter what my intention is, no matter like how no matter how without an agenda I want to act, there's like some sort of this meta awareness in the background where I'm aware of the fact that I am recording myself, which kind of kills it. So maybe I also need to diversify that and just capture many moments where I talk to the camera and be like and give that also its own chance to become some sort of a memory, or like some sort of timely distance, like gain a timely distance to it. But yeah, I would be curious to hear your thoughts. You're identifying something real and important. I want to honor it before offering anything in response. The fact that pointing the camera at yourself feels different from pointing it at the world, it's not a flaw in you, and it's not generational neurosis. It's a structural fact about the two acts. They are doing different things, and one of them is harder to do honestly. Don't try to make them feel the same. They shouldn't. On the quote, Mecca's clearest version is that written diary is retrospective. You sit down and write down your day, while the film diary is to react immediately, now, this instant, with the camera. Either you get it, or you don't get it at all. The let it become memory idea is more about the assembly than the capture. He captured in the present and let years pass before editing the footage into films, because only with distance did the material reveal what it actually was. The capture is immediate, meaning is retrospective. Your instinct about your archive feeding hard-ass arena is exactly that pattern in action. You didn't shoot the trampoline action to use it. You shot it because it was happening, and years later, it could become material that could carry meaning you couldn't have planned for. That's the whole method, working as it should. Now the real question. Why does pointing the camera at yourself feel different from pointing it at the world? A few honest reasons, and I want to give you the full picture rather than just a comforting one. The world doesn't know it's being filmed. You do. When you film Maria walking through the woods, neither the woods nor Maria are performing for the lens. They're just being. You're capturing presence that exists independently of the camera. When you film yourself, the subject is aware of the camera because the subject is you. That awareness is not a bug. It's the structural condition of self-filming. The meta-awareness in the background you're noticing is not optional, it's intrinsic to the act. The question isn't how to eliminate it, it's how to work with it. The internet has trained us all into self-performance in a way no previous generation had to navigate. This is real, and it's not just you. Every time you've ever opened a phone camera in selfie mode, the cultural script of performing yourself for an audience has been activated, even subconsciously. Mekas, when he turned the camera on himself in his 80s, didn't carry 30 years of Instagram and TikTok and YouTube self-performance in his nervous system. You do. So do all of us under 50. The neutral baseline of just talk to a camera honestly didn't exist for our generation. We have to build it from underneath layers of conditioning. That's not weakness, that's the actual starting position. Talking to a camera as yourself is genuinely harder than filming the world. I want to be clear about this because I think the inspiration you're feeling from Mekas can subtly suggest this would be easy and flowing. For him, by his 80s, it had become easy. But he'd been making images for 60 years and was a particular kind of person. Lithuanian, post-war, formed before mass media saturation, comfortable being modest in front of his own camera because the broader culture hadn't trained him into performance. The 365-day project, pieces feel uncalculated because he was uncalculated. You're not starting from his nervous system, you're starting from yours. And yours has more performance pressure baked in. That's just the terrain. So, what to do about it? First, accept that the meta-awareness will probably never fully disappear and stop using its absence as the measure of authenticity. If you wait, pointing the camera at yourself feels as easy as pointing it at the woods, you may wait forever. The bar is not no self-awareness. The bar is self-awareness held loosely enough that something true can still happen alongside it. Mecca's laughter at himself in his narration is exactly this. He was aware he was making a film, aware he was performing in some sense, and he let that awareness be visible rather than fighting it. A masterpiece of nothing, he says, laughing at his own pretension. The self-consciousness becomes part of the texture rather than a wall against the truth. Okay. So the sun.